After losing 2 warm-up games against Scotland and Sri Lanka, a big number of the Uganda Cricket fraternity has opted for negative tails. Well, to head coach Ivan, the prophets of doom are not welcome at this moment, as he called for collective support to the boys. The baby cricket cranes take on Ireland in their opening World Cup game tomorrow on Saturday in West Indies.
I'm the head coach of Uganda Under-19 cricket team. It was a very interesting journey. The journey started in, I think it was June, if I remember correctly. Of course, it was interrupted by COVID, but we started around that time. Gathered about 50 people, mainly from the previous cricket weeks that we had played prior to the lockdown. That was the sample space we had. From the 50, we selected another. We had to reduce the number to 25, worked with 25. Then from the 25, we had to come down to the 14 that were required, that represented us at the World Cup qualifiers in Kigali. A lot of motivation speaking had to take place for sure, because it transcends the tactics and game plans, because then you're confined in an environment. You just have yourselves, to support each other. So there has to be an aspect of motivational speech, but also there has to be that aspect of addressing people individually, meeting people, getting to know them at an even more intimate level than before, get to know what things are ailing them or what things make them feel good about themselves. So I think it was a very interesting kind of scenario for the coaching staff, because we had to transcend just tactics and game plans. So we had to keep the boys motivated, speak to them constantly. But also what helped was the wins. Winning makes life a lot easier. You have some momentum going forward, and you don't have a lot of burdens on your shoulders to carry. So yeah, that was what helped as well. Preparations have been going well. We've had ample time. We've had ample time to try and address our skill set. We've had time to address our fitness levels as well. We've had time to assess potential opposition. So we've tried to cover all our bases. We want to, like I said before, try and give a good account of ourselves. So we can only do that if we are really prepared. And I feel at this point we have really done a decent job. I think what is left is for us to execute, get to the West Indies and try to execute what we've been trying to prepare ourselves for. I don't know how to define our style. I don't have the right words. You'll find the Caribbean teams are called Calypso. They have that Calypso kind of flair going around, but I'm yet to find the name for ours. However, what I can guarantee is that they will see fight. They will see a fight in the boys. They will see boys going to the tilts, trying to fight for each other, trying to fight for our country. You'll not see anybody giving up so easily. So at the very least, I guarantee you guys are going to be fighting to the last man. So given the preparations we've put in, I think the goal should be to try and win. Try and win the tournament, because it's at the moment it's even, it's the same for everyone. So we want to try and win. We want to try and win every game that's presented to us. We want to be as positive as we can. There's a saying that if you want to, you shoot for the moon and you end up on the stars somewhere. So if I aim for the stars, I may end up on the clouds. So I want to really aim for the highest, and if nothing works out, then at least we are around the stars. So, but the idea is, at under-19, there's not too many experienced players like you would find in a senior team. So I fancy our chances. I'm not saying this arrogantly in any way. I'm just saying we fancy our chances. We want to give a good account of ourselves. We want to try and fight, try and win every game that we play, or if not, at least to really be as decent as we possibly can. I think West Indies is riddled with a lot of history, cricket history. In any given island, you'll find a lot of West Indian history associated with it. So there's so much to see in as far as history is concerned. Of course, being able to play at Brian Lara, arguably the greatest batsman to walk this planet, there's a lot you can glean from just hanging around these kind of environments. I'm sure there will be a lot of memorabilia to that effect, and possibly meet him and listen to what he has to say. Of course, he was here a couple of years ago, but it would be nice to meet him personally. There's a lot going. There are the Bravo brothers, there's Pollard, there's a few under 19 World Cup winners as well. So there's a lot of history and a lot of knowledge to gather. And of course the places to see, although I don't know how easy it will be given the fact that we are going to be locked down in some kind of bubble. But whatever lessons and sites we can take, we'll be happy to see those for sure. We just like to ask you to support us. Of course, by default, being the Uganda Cricket Cranes under 19 team, many people will rally. But I can't rule out the fact that there will be some naysayers, there will be some pessimists, and there will be some prophets of doom as well. But this is the best time to rally around your country, rally around. At least something good has come out of Uganda as well. We could be following in Cheptegei's footsteps. We have potentially an opportunity to do something that Cheptegei did earlier in the year, and Chelimo. So rally around the guys. If you can pass by and give them any kind of morale boosting